3 times 2, so that's 6, so that's 10. 3 level 3s, so that's 3, 6, 9.
Math.
I get that. Yeah, you can do 15.
Yeah, I can do 15. I can definitely do 15 first level spell slots, and I'll just get them all back once we get to the shore and get a long rest in. So, but just in case, if we're super unlucky and he attacks before we get a long rest in, I need to do the math just, for mechanic's sake. Actually, no, I'm going to keep those in there.
So how many gold do I need to deduct from our pot?
what'd you say?
375.
375. And, real quick, so that's 4, that's 6. That's 4, that's 6. No, that's 9. That's, shit, I can't get, no, that's 6. I got that right. 6, 9. That's 19, but we only need, okay, alright. So, okay, yep. I've got the expended spell slots marked down. I have created 17, was it 17?
15.
Okay, 15 bottles of holy water.
Unless you and Charlie want some.
I mean,
You're okay.
they are good because if you throw them and they hit, they deal 2d6 radiant to any undead or fiends.
But not as good as what we can already do.
Yeah. I have thought about, though, creating a rogue, multi-class between a rogue thief and a ranger hunter, just because that use an action as a bonus action from a thief rogue. Use your bonus action to constantly throw vials of either acid or radiant damage. Let's see, real quick, let me go back and read exactly the...
And you can create all that in one day?
There wasn't... It didn't say exactly how long it took. It did not specify.
It might just take an action.
Yeah.
If you have a bottle of water and you cast a first level spell slot into it as an action.
Oh, okay. It takes 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
So...
That's what I thought.
Okay, that would take 15 hours.
Yeah, 15 hours. So I can get that done.
Is it at night then? Wait.
No, it's about mid-morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can get that done.
Stay up late tonight.
Yeah, fiend or undead. So if they're fiend or undead, they'll take the radiant damage.
Can all clerics do that, or just good your high level?
Clerics or paladins. Yeah, all clerics or paladins can do it.
At first level?
Yeah, because it only takes 1 first level spell slot to create a bottle of holy water, and 25 gold. Combine that with a rogue that is a thief. He can be using his bonus action a lot of turns to huck bottles of holy water.
I'll help you for 3 hours, so it's only going to take 12 hours.
Okay, thanks. Help cut down the time. And then once we get this done, I want to give 1 bottle of holy water to every...
Okay. And so you successfully pass out all the holy water to the entire crew.
And I want to instruct them to use this to coat their weapons, their cutlasses in it.
Yeah, I guess we do explain that it's likely an undead crew.
Okay.
Yeah, we would explain that we're looking at some magically undead threats with being provided by this pirate captain. So instruct your crew to use these flasks of holy water to coat their weapons with it so they can actually hurt the undead things that will be traveling with this pirate.
How long does it last on the weapons once they coat it?
I think it's similar to how poisons work with the next strike. Or 1 minute.
Or they could throw
depending
it.
upon which happens first.
Yeah, they could throw it and deal 2d6 radiant damage, or they could coat it and it would have the same properties as that.
2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 radiant against fiend or undead. Yeah, that's the whole point of holy water is hurt things that aren't supposed to be alive. And then, go ahead, sorry.
Does this ship have a what's the thing?
Crow's nest?
Yeah, crow's nest.
Yes.
They have a
guy
guy.
look out crow's nest.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on the ship, constantly using this rod of alertness, until about an hour before I go to bed, where I'm gonna go up and give it to the guy in the crow's nest. I'm gonna let him attune to it and tell him that he can use it to see invisible things, and so he should use it about every hour. And if somebody comes and takes over his shift, pass it to him, and I'll take it back in the morning.
Alright. Roll me perception.
Okay.
Do we use the crew members'
I rolled a
stats?
perception before I give away the rod of alertness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your part of it.
Oof. Okay, that's better. 19.
You don't see anything. It seems pretty clear out there right now.
Alright.
You do see a ghost float by.
Oh. Did you say that? Oh, okay, that's course. Okay.
Is it one-armed?
Was
Alright. Eventually I give it to the guy in the crow's nest.
that course? I'm mildly concerned.
Alright, so you all are turning in for a long rest?
Yes. Yes.
You wake up the next day. What would you like to do?
Alright, let me go ahead and mark my regain spell slots.
Go get the wand back.
Okay, easy enough.
Pretty tense. I'm gonna start brewing some ale.
Nothing I can really do. But wait. I want to stand watch with them, keep an eye out for these pirates.
You see that Alberich has started to brew some ale.
I want to, real quick, go talk to the captain.
You walk up to him and like,
So,
yeah.
what experience does your crew have in fighting, defending the ship from boarders in general?
Well, I mean, most of us have been trained longer than you've been alive.
My question is, do you have experience? Training and experience are two completely different things, lad.
We've had a couple tussles here and there, but for the most part, most avoid us.
Alright, so you're good enough to handle yourselves. Do you have any clerics on board? Any designated priest as healers of the ship? Anything like that?
The young man who's been helping us gain speed.
Alright, I'm gonna want to talk to him real quick. I want to go speak to this young man.
Okay.
All ships have a doctor.
You go up to him and he goes,
Right, but I was curious
Yeah.
if the doctor was like a scientific doctor or cleric doctor.
Science doesn't exist in this world.
I'm sure there's actual surgeons in this world.
you see him, guiding the wind.
Which one is that, lad? I'm not familiar with a lot of the spells that are environmental in nature.
He's back.
Hey.
You've been replaced by this cat.
Man, you took a long time.
Alright. We're gonna need to explain
Yeah,
these-
let's-
I'll give you all
Pause
an
real
opportunity to...
Alright, we're back.
Did you just kiss him?
On the ear, yes.
And
Okay.
he just totally went squeamish, boyish about it.
I just know how to work it, guys.
For those of you listening to the
That
audio,
was-
they just had violent gay sex all over the table.
Oh, we already did that part of the podcast.
And a loving after smooch.
What are you fuckers doing? You are now...
D&D AMSR.
You are now 2 days away from the
You need
island.
to say it right.
Alright.
Having a couple of drinks.
Oh, you're drinking now?
Yeah.
Oh no!
He just
Does he
needs
still get that
fresh
inspiration
ale.
die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't go away.
I was about to say, did a friend take that back? Like, I just gave you that, you. Alright. Second day, gonna try again. Let's see if we can talk to the gods.
Alright.
Is that a 10? Is that 100?
What's the other one?
Ah, that's a 3.
That's a 13.
Oh, the other one wasn't a 0, so you could.
Yeah. So what are y'all doing?
How far are we from the island now?
Huh?
How far are we from the island now?
You're 2 days out.
Can I get to the crow's nest?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the crow's nest and roll perception.
Alright.
See if I can see these pirates.
Alright. Roll perception.
I can see nothing.
What'd you get?
A 2 before months.
As you get up there, the sun is just like
seagull.
right in your vision as you're trying to look out, so you're kind of blinded by the sun.
Can I sleep up there? Can I sleep up there?
You so choose.
I want to take a nap.
As I finish my drink, I cast the invisibility and I'll look.
Okay.
Anderson is just staring out at the ocean like, where are these bastards?
Modified 19.
All clear so far.
Oh, also
What spell are you wanting to cast, sir?
Wait!
Wait!
Did you see the way he was scrambling?
Okay, I thought
He's got something.
I had arcane eye, but I was like, wait a second, that's just I can see something from a distance. That's not like I can see into different planes or something.
Are you worried about that showing up?
I don't remember if it can see invisible
I can
or
always
not.
just throw my oh, we can make it a parrot now. But
Oh, you want to polymorph
Yeah,
it?
real quick,
You can
I'm
make
gonna
him
look-
sit on your shoulder.
I'm gonna look at the limits
But I can
of
feel like
arcane
bird.
eye because I was like,
Circle
wait,
wide
that might
distance,
actually
you
be
come
really
back if
useful
you
in this
see anything.
situation.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
So,
idea.
yeah, I'll
yeah,
look
use
that
your
up
bird.
real quick.
but before though, legend lore.
All in.
While we're on the travel, I want to try to look.
PHP. Please.
I got the spell.
While you're doing that, I'm looking up arcane
Paper
eye.
for his manual.
So, what are you casting legend lore on?
It says name or describe a person, place, or object.
Oh, you don't actually have to have it in hand?
Yes.
Name.
Right. Double check.
Okay.
All right. Now before I do this,
Oh, let me finish reading real quick.
Okay, yeah, the only thing that it can't enter another plane of existence. All arcane eye does is it's just a invisible magical eye that I can see normal vision and dark vision. That's
And you
it.
cast it on
Okay.
the bird?
What do you cast?
Or
Okay,
is
you
it
cast
fixed in
legend
one
lore and on.
beforehand, I would like to consult with the party about. Hey, I have this spell that I can do.
Okay.
Legend lore.
Oh. Ask it about Chorus's magical armor. Chorus was naked. We think that my father took his armor. Ask him about...
Or his guns.
Would it work? How legendary does the object have to be?
What are you wanting from it?
It was a rare magical item and it had a name. It was glimmering studded leather armor.
See if you can use that spell to see where Chorus's armor is right now.
Is that how that spell works?
No,
That's not how that spell works.
because
No, it's
that
just-
would
it just
not
gives
be
me-
of legendary importance.
Okay, so it has to
Yeah.
be legendary.
No, it was like, yeah, I was thinking more of, the current objective. Maybe we can, like,
Ask it about it. Sure. Ask him about the septum, the staff of Septum Tyrannus.
that.
Okay. Legend has it that all masters of the arcane art would craft a staff of displaying their power. Septum's was a bit unusual because he did not prescribe to one set school of magic, so his staff differed from the others, being able to augment his own powers and cast spells from a variety of different schools of magic. It was crafted so that it would never break unless chosen to. It was able to unleash many, many powerful spells. And the staff was used in some great battles to help restore peace from rebellions. It was helped in use in the age of the dragons to quell the attacks of dragons on, or to assist in quelling the attacks of the dragons on civilization.
Hey,
It has in turn been enshrined in Septimus's tomb to lay rest with one-of-a-kind staff with a one-of-a-kind man.
one of a kind. Did you find any information about exactly where it is? Dabriel? Hello?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean,
One addendum to that I don't think I made very clear. So basically, it does work on charges, but unlike other staffs, when it hits 0, it doesn't have a chance to break.
Ah, I see.
How many
It
charges?
actually has a chance to restore charges when it hits 0 instead of breaking.
Strong staff.
It just. At first, you had my attention.
Now we hook my stuff. At full mast.
The sails have been pulled up. I don't know.
You know the same.
Yeah, I'm not a sail.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back at the subplot.
Alright, you were gonna summon a bird, circle around.
No, hold on, you got,
No,
you
could I-
got a question.
Yeah.
cast it one more time and be more specific about, like, roughly. We know the guy's name, right?
Septimus.
Yeah. Like him and maybe like
Septimus.
what
Prime.
happened at the end, maybe. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, his
Oh,
ending
yeah.
circumstances.
Trying to
you wanna-
pinpoint a bit better.
You want to learn about his death? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Death of Pelagius the Wise.
Okay. It'll burn another spell slot.
What level spell set?
Well, I mean, if we play the cards right, we can get closer to where we need to be instead of just half.
I know. I'm just
He was elven and had a long line.
figures.
In fact, his demise was actually that of age finally taking him.
Oh.
Very
Rare.
rarely do you find an elf who dies of old age.
He was a very old. He lived to be almost 1,500 years.
I bore witness to the creation of the universe, you fools!
So he was quite elderly when he passed away.
It's like Dark Souls level of
I
was at the
even-
beginning of life.
Even before his death, he was considered a hero and a legend. His unique take on how to go about learning and manipulating the different schools of magic was revolutionary. All hailed him as basically a master above masters.
He's the type of guy that definitely a lot of bards and hotels know songs about.
Yes. Even after his death, his tomb became a national monument where people would come to give their respects. There were viewings, not of the body itself, but of the place of entombment, where people would come to not so much worship, but express their reverence for such a insightful and powerful individual. And this continued on until this reverence traversed ages. It began in the age of the dragons, but lasted through the age of the divine clash, after the world was broken and seemingly almost all life died and everybody tried to pick up the pieces afterwards. The exact location was lost until an intrepid young adventurer pieced it together.
Wait.
Wait.
He's talking about you.
Yeah, that will become legend.
Shit.
That's legend lore, man.
God damn it.
But, wait, no, that means that we are going to the right place, though.
That means we will succeed.
Not necessarily succeed.
Yeah,
but
I know.
You're
I
on
know.
the right track.
That means you were right, David.
It's like being able to read tomorrow's newspaper.
I can read books without the books!
You're a
Fucking
freaking,
legend lore,
you're a
man.
freaking genius, David.
Yeah, I'm ready to just make you talk for days.
Yeah, I can tell.
In the
Give me
beginning.
all the information.
And now we have this, so I'm gonna keep it up here.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to start taking better notes.
No, if anything, you have to take less notes because now he can memorize more. So real quick, to bring you, because you weren't here whenever we were originally talking about it. So far, we came to a group consensus that we want to deal with his father before we make a move for the staff, because we feel that if we try to go after the staff without dealing with his father, and if his father really is set out to come after him, he may attack us at the wrong moment that we don't need him to attack us. He may intervene and make our progress with dealing with the dragons be slowed or hindered. So we feel like we need to get him out of the way first, get his father out of the way first, then go after the staff.
So
Why is your dad a bad guy?
He's a necromancy pirate captain.
I don't know. I thought he was a good man until he got corrupted by something, but maybe he was always evil and he just hid it well.
You said he was worshiping something specific that started all this.
Yeah. Before...
Do you know exactly what he was studying? Or worshiping?
Alberich does... I forgot the name.
Ormond. The
Before,
fallen god Ormond.
before I fell off the ship, he told me to rejoice. Ormond had saved my soul.
Religion check.
Religion check.
Also?
Yeah. I mean, if you're proficient in religion, yes.
Yes, I am proficient in
I'm
religion.
not, but I'll try it.
You wouldn't have enough bases of information on just general knowledge.
What if
Just
I
would
rolled
have
a nat 20?
you would have to be proficient in this.
Ooh,
Oh,
I feel left out.
I'm sorry.
Can I roll it anyway?
If you really want to, yeah, go ahead and roll.
To
It won't make
see.
a difference.
I'm upset because
I don't know anything.
I rolled an 18 plus
God
5,
is
but I'm
good.
not proficient.
21.
All the time.
21.
Hot in here.
Alright, motherfucker, wait till I get my legend lord.
Don't I already know about him, though?
I'm so warm.
Not as much as I do!
I mean, I researched enough about him to know Athena was the polar opposite, and that I wanted to follow her.
Go ahead, just to see just how much information you have. Because you did do some studying, go ahead and roll at advantage.
I was just about to say, yeah, wouldn't it be?
Hey, what are your divinations today?
Dude.
I haven't rolled any divinations for
4.
today. I rolled them for yesterday.
4, 18, 19.
Oh, okay. Can I have the 19?
Do we really want to use a divination on this?
How far out away are we from?
2 days.
Okay, yeah, we got plenty of time.
Can I have the 19?
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead, give me
that
19.
brings it down to an 18.
So, yeah, I do know more!
You'd know about the same, honestly. Ormond was a god that was known for desecrating and changing, twisting things. It was Ormond who first brought undead to the world. It was Ormond who created some of the beasts that now inhabit the world by twisting what was once beauty into destruction. During a part of history where there were many gods, he went through this unchecked, unseen, under the radar. then became the fight between the gods themselves, where many gods were cast out or simply destroyed. Oromod never chose a side, instead hid in the background. Once the troublemakers were, so to say, eliminated, cast out to their different prisons, such as the Abyss, or the Nine Hells, or Pandemonium, or all the other lower planes, they were designed as prisons. Oromod's endeavors came to light to a young angel who was, at the time, left in charge as Avius, the knowing mother, had retreated to heal from her battle wounds. To offset this growing evil, this angel took it upon herself to bestow art, storytelling, to the mortal realm. Songs. This initially displeased the knowing mother, having an angel take an active hand, but then began to see that these stories, these songs, propagated the spreading of knowledge, and she became pleased. She also noted, as her angel had pointed out, the growing evil, the darkness that was beginning to become all present.
Can you please take it off of DVD? Back on Roku?
Ornament, I've come to bargain.
Hey, look, the pirate's here.
Which, actually, she can take that off.
She was asleep.
Take
She
that
needs to
iPad.
wear it
Oh,
while
okay.
she was awake.
Okay, my bad.
She needs to wear it a little longer because she was asleep with it on.
Gotcha. I did not
Yeah.
realize.
I
Hashtag
don't know how long.
medical hacks.
Alright, so,
Don't forget, we need to clean up some of this mess.
Avius took this knowledge to her brother Dagon, and they began to investigate where this evil, where this corruption was spreading from, and they uncovered that it was Oromod. They also wished to bless
Something in my shirt.
or ascend this angel for the good deeds that she had done. But with no more shards of godhood, they could not ascend her. And so, they took it to the Allfather. They three, the Trinity, hatched a plan to siphon away the energy of Oromod and instill it into this angel. This angel would then become known as the goddess Afrina. Oromod was less than pleased at losing such a large portion of his strength that he assaulted Afrina and everything she held dear. She fended him off, and from that time, Oromod disappeared from history.
Until he was reincarnated in the form of a dwarven pirate captain.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that actually be what happened. Watch your father actually end up being a
My
part of
father's not a fucking god demon. he's just a dwarf. He's not. Stop making me nervous.
You'll have to face your fears eventually, lad.
Huh? What?
Better have another drink.
Down the hatch, lad, because we're facing some cosmic shit right now.
Mm.
So I bestow that knowledge upon you all that don't know it. Or actually, no, both of us would know. You two.
Oh god.
lot of lore drops tonight, man.
Oh yeah.
Some deep lore drops too.
Alright, so
Alright, so what are y'all doing now?
I guess I'm pop my bird up.
Okay.
So,
Can I?
let us know if you see Alderoth.
Am I still in
By the way-
crow's nest?
Fine.
By the way, can you
fine.
stop calling him my father? Just call him Alderoth. That's his name.
And I want him to like be circling the ship. Like,
Alright.
and like I want it like if it sees anything to come back, but only if it sees something.
Okay.
Like as in like a ship.
Gotcha.
Can I try to look from the crow's nest again?
Roll perception.
what exactly do you want us to call him?
Alderoth.
Alderolf.
Ooh, that's much better.
Dwarf Poppy.
19.
Whoa,
Hey,
that's
clear.
uncalled for.
He's not my father anymore.
Jeez, Dabriel.
Step Dwarf Poppy.
Even I think that's a little harsh.
Don't see nothing from up here.
I like how you're just all like too much to process.
Well, I mean,
you
I'm
asked
just-
for it,
I'm-
motherfucker.
we're in the middle.
I'm waiting for this bastard. That's
we're
what
in
I'm
the middle
doing.
of the ocean.
Yeah, we're just.
We got our destination and a ship somewhere else in the ocean. The fuck are we supposed to do?
We're hunting him. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for him to come here.
No.
Come here.
I don't know if we're
Come here, lad. I'll get you
I
good.
think I would feel more like the hunted.
We are the hunted, turning ourselves into the hunters because we sprung the trap, and now we're waiting for to ambush when they respond to the trap being sprung.
Alright, so
I'm so
what else? Is there
confused.
anything else that you all are wanting to accomplish this day?
Not
Not
anything
dying.
particular.
Nope.
Okay, well, successfully you don't die.
Well, that's cool. So much information.
You wake up the next morning.
Alive.
Yes, alive.
You never know in this world.
And you are
You
now,
never know on this one either.
You are now one day out from the island. You can do as you please.
Can I see the island from the crow's nest?
Roll me perception.
Ooh, that's very nice. 24.
Yeah.
How far out was my bird?
Wow.
Like,
I've only got a 23 perception.
I mean,
Saw that dream.
there is a bit of a dot out there on the very horizon.
Can you see
can
it,
make
Alberich?
that you can begin to make out.
Yeah.
Would my
Probably.
bird be able
I've
to
only got
reach?
one less perception than you.
Yeah, you
Did
see.
you see the little spot out there?
Yeah, I see it.
How's your head this morning?
I don't know. I haven't been focusing on it.
Lots going on, buddy, I know. Lots to process.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy. Aw, buddy. That was for you. I'm trying to break the DM.
What are you all wanting to do this day?
Can I catch a fish?
You can definitely try.
Brew some ale.
You can brew more ale?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh no, not today.
What'd you hit?
Nat one.
You broke the fishing pole.
Sorry,
I was-
Captain.
I was really debating last
I
level.
go over and mend it, and
Yeah.
then, and then I go back.
Okay.
I was really debating
Can I
picking up
try it
mending.
again? Thanks, Alberich. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Uh huh. Just brew now.
Yeah,
What are you two doing?
I'm just staying on standby. I'm just like staying alert.
What do you want to fuck with me now about? I can see the wheels turning.
I'm thinking.
Is your burb still up?
Herb.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
An 8.
Okay, Drake.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
Never give him metal dice.
Fuck no, he'll knock somebody out with them.
For real.
Yeah,
Danger, Will Robinson.
nothing for now. I can't think of shit.
Okay.
Drive!
Save my voice a little bit.
Yeah, Anyone else got any ideas?
Do we want to ask Chorus's head a few more questions?
It hasn't been 10 days.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
right.
been 2 days.
Yeah, that's right. I
I
forgot.
want
that
to
last-
gentle repose the head so the mouth
that
doesn't
could
fall
be a
off.
good idea. It's kind of smelly.
So,
What did we do with the body?
You
No,
threw
no,
it
no.
overboard.
I threw the body overboard?
Yeah.
I did.
don't remember that.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Eats it.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't remember it.
What, Dabriel?
so we're being hunted by pirates. We need to go break into a tomb that's surely going to have some traps.
Of course. It's a tomb. Not our first try. It'll be like our third tomb. At least
One
it's
of the
not
most-
in hell this
Of one of
time.
the most powerful wizards ever. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, but he
All
was on
I
our
know
side.
is don't touch the glyphs. Long lost cousin did not have a good experience.
That's how we ended up lost in the first place.
Such a bad.
I like the idea that all of her spectral guardians are like all of her long lost cousins, and she's got like a story of how each one of them died. Like,
This one choked to death on a peanut. This one fell down a bad set of stairs.
he touched a glyph. He touched a bigger glyph. It was
This
He
one
touched someone he
turned
wasn't
to
supposed to
ice.
touch and suffered a lot of years in the dungeon.
Yeah, you should never do that. Ever.
that one got eaten
And
by
don't
boars.
ever
That
try
one-
to steal a dragon's egg. I got a story for that, too. Bad idea.
That one tried to evade his taxes.
Did it go well?
And ended up in a bad shootout
It
with the
did
cops.
not go well.
How do you think she knows the story?
That's how I lost the other cousin.
Do they just tell you ghost stories every night when you're drifting off to sleep?
I don't sleep well.
Oh. That-
I hear constant voices in my head all the time.
I didn't-
I never get sleep.
I'm
Help me.
I didn't know that about you, Charlie.
Charlie, can you say I see dead people?
I know them. They're my family.
It's like a cocoa every night.
Okay.
The book of life.
All right. If we now know a little bit more about Charlie.
She suffers from deprived sleep syndrome due to the fact that she's constantly.
Constantly haunted by dead gnomes.
That's where that rage comes from.
Yeah, it's the lack of efficient sleep.
Sleep deprivation! Very angry. And you cough.
Alright. What do you fools want to do?
I don't want to
I'm waiting for this stupid. Come on, come here and fight me.
Have I rolled perception today?
No, you have not.
All right.
Oh, no, yes, you have, because you're in the island.
Oh yeah.
Remember, it's
So-
a dot. Up
Do we
there,
want to
the
fight
dot.
the probably well-trained pirates on their turf?
We brought this up. We
we-
talked
we
about
didn't-
this.
Do we want to
We,
do it on
we
the
talked
island?
about this,
We
but
talked about it already.
they don't really have enough rations to like stay in the middle of the ocean for a while. So we're going to dock on land and wait for a while before going after the
And we're
second.
gonna hope that they don't turn one of the gorilla type of thingies into undead. Because that's terrifying.
First, they'd have to kill it.
That's also terrifying. Of course,
We-
we're gonna probably have to
If we-
kill one.
yeah, if
or
we just-
5.
Are we just hoping that this upcoming?
It's just
Do
my
you think?
plan not
Do you
to
think
die.
they're with? Do you think they're following? Looking
I think
for?
they're following us.
Anderson.
Following or looking for?
I think they know where we're heading because we burned the ship. There's a giant smoke stack.
We
We
need,
pretty much triggered
Yeah.
the trap.
we need a strategy. You're our strategist.
If
Hold on, Ross.
they're coming from the direction where the island is, then if they would start heading towards us and they would be coming straight at us. If they were behind the ship, then they would start heading towards that ship and then keep going once they passed it.
We can't pinpoint exactly where they'll be coming from, though, because Chorus said they just appeared out of nowhere through magical means.
It sounds like they're invisible. I can probably see them if they're invisible. I don't know.
The point is, we're gonna fight them on the coast.
Either way,
Just
if they're
because-
around here, they're coming towards us.
Okay.
We're gonna be wizards.
So,
We're gonna be wizards on the coast.
Oh, my lord. Roll credits.
Yeah. Damn, that's like the best one of the season.
I gotta roll my wisdom saving throw
Yeah,
on that one.
let's see if I
Oh,
take
that one.
psychic
I'm gone.
damage from that.
I'm gonna be an actual wizard on the coast.
I just got a net
I got a 15 on my wisdom saving throw, so I'd say I'm fine.
I did not pass.
I don't know, that one was so bad that EC's kind of high.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so what y'all doing?
We're still a day out.
Yeah.
Yep. Should be, basically from what you can tell from being told and, you know, having these two spot, you should be arriving sometime tomorrow morning.
I have something I want to do later on tonight.
Okay.
Anything else want to happen?
Do you want to go masturbate in your cabin?
Yo, I have invisibility. I can do whatever the fuck I want. What?
I have seen invisibility. I'll be
I
peeking
have
through the door.
I could see you. I don't
It
want to
says
see
I turn
that.
invisible. Who doesn't care at this point?
I mean, I don't want to see that.
You know what?
How do I know what you're doing until I go, oh god, can't unsee.
When a man turns invisible, you don't want to see what he's doing.
I'm practicing my magic wand. Leave me alone.
But Alberich, you don't, like, care. You just do stuff.
I said you don't want to see what he's doing.
Listen, me masturbating in the middle of the ocean, I watched you bone a wall.
Yeah, but you could just fly up and do it. And then nobody would know.
Yeah, but then spooge would fucking drip down.
We would
Invisible.
just think that it was raining.
It would be raining
Invisible
babies.
spooge.
Oh my god! What's going on?
Raining
You don't want to know! You don't want to know!
Dabriel's gonna fly high into the air
And I'm
start
gonna make it rain
masturbating.
babies.
Alright.
There is something seriously wrong with this party.
You think?
No, I know.
You know,
I rolled very high on that check.
you
Nat
could.
20 automat.
I know you have the bird, but you could fly into the air and look for the ship yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to go up there.
Not
It's
wrong.
scary.
Alright.
I'll go. Send me.
That's fair. There might be a Flying Dutchman up there.
I could take him.
Knowing me.
Oh, jeez.
That one was
What?
bad.
Oh, no.
I was being serious.
So Dave is not masturbating in the air, just to clarify.
Okay, that's not canon.
No.
That's guidance.
It was just
That's extended
a
universe.
suggestion.
We're suggesting you do that. I cast suggestion.
It's a raining man.
When women, you don't know.
And women.
It's raining bodies, that's what it's raining.
It's raining X and Y chromosomes.
Whatever, I just go to sleep on the deck of the ship.
Careful!
Don't sleep with your mouth
I
open.
just pass out on the deck of the ship.
I hope you don't chill. There's no telling what you'll inhale.
Okay, so nobody's wanting to accomplish anything except Dabriel,
No.
which comes at later in the night.
Yeah.
Alright,
Much
so
later.
the day goes by uneventfully. What is it you'd like to do, Dabriel?
Not that.
Fucking hell, man. Bird's Nest. I want to go up there.
Okay, he goes to the crow's nest.
Am I still up there?
Do you
I
want to
didn't
be?
come down.
Alright, so you're still
What's
up
up,
there.
dude?
Charlie, hold your ears. I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna point my hands up in the air and shoot off 3 lightning bolts just straight up.
Wait. This is. You realize this is the
I'm
last.
just gonna shoot 3 lightning bolts straight up.
You release one. Release a second. You release a third. You feel a lot of eyes on you as you look down. You see the entire
Why?
crew is looking up, going, "What the fuck?"
Babe, why?
I'll pat Charlie in the head and just go back down, and then that's my night.
Okay.
I don't understand. Now I want to roll perception again.
Okay.
drawing attention to us trying to avoid the stupid
No, we're not
pirates.
trying to avoid them. We're trying to get them to come here.
Well, I don't understand why. I don't want to die today. I'm too young to die.
But
I don't see.
he said you get
any-
advantage up there, right?
Do I have advantage up there? No. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Yes?
No, no.
Well, then I don't see anything. That's only an 11.
Oh, well.
It's really dark.
Your head's too charged
Oh, those
from.
stars are so pretty.
That and your eyes are kind of like a little,
I see a lot of stars.
and flashes of light from
I'm
Dabriel releasing
gonna
lightning bolts.
Go to my cabin because I feel a little dizzy.
Okay.
Do I have trouble climbing down?
Nah, be easy enough.
You're very athletic.
Yeah, but my flashes of light.
Oh.
Is there food?
Well, of course.
What's
No,
that?
y'all have been starving this entire time.
But I mean, like, did I miss dinner?
I would assume you would have taken a break to eat unless otherwise specified.
I mean, I've been up there a long time.
Yeah. I figured you would have taken a break, ate, and went back up.
Well, did Dabriel hit like a seagull and
Alright, well
it
then I'm
falls
just
down
gonna go back to
completely
my
cooked?
cabin.
Okay. So you all settle in for your final night's rest on the ship. As you wake up, the movement of the ship has slowed. You don't feel that forward momentum. It's more just a gentle rocking.
Oh, so peaceful.
What do you all wish to do?
Just prepare to dock.
What are y'all doing?
Alright.
Are we there?
Yes. From what I understand. Well,
I
alright.
mean, you don't know for sure.
Are we on the shore?
You don't know. You're still in your quarters.
Well,
Nobody said they're coming out of their quarters.
Well, I'm not. I fell asleep on top the
Okay.
deck, so.
Yeah, I mean, you tossed anchor. Getting any closer, you to run aground.
Alright.
Man, I don't want to get up now. I actually slept last night.
I'll head up topside.
Nobody bothered me.
Aside from the undead spirits that haunt every waking existence.
Once I get up topside, I want to find everybody. I want to try to look for everyone.
Alright,
Okay,
I'm going
Group
up.
huddle.
I want to like look through my bird's eyes because I just have that bitch floating.
Okay. You see the ship is docked. Roll perception.
Everyone?
Him particularly
Oh, okay.
because what
Right.
he is.
17.
Okay. You see that the ship has come very close to running aground, but didn't. There are rowboats being lowered so that people can row in. You see the island itself very overgrown. There's a massive amount of vegetation, extremely tall trees. Just the island itself is as green as far as the eye can see. But that's the general gist of what you see. The beach itself, very nice, almost postcard-ish view of nice white sand, clear blue ocean.
Okay, now could I? Like, how far out, like roughly, was the?
I mean, I'd say, you know, it's still within your ability to look through, so they're just kind of circling around. 100 feet out or so from the boat.
All right, I guess I'll get up and go up.
Okay. And you meet everybody on top at the deck. What do you all wish to do?
Alright, so we're now at the shore. Let's think about.
Most of the crew's heading to shore.
Yeah. Some of the crew is staying on the boat, and throughout their stay will be changing ships.
Alright, so now that we're at the shore, let's think about our defensive capabilities for when this
Are
bastard.
we at the shore now?
You're
I'm-
you're on the deck, right? As far as I know.
Let's go to the shore first.
Alright.
Okay. So you all hop in the rowboats with several of the crew members, and you're shuttled in And they grab the boats, pull them onto the shore. Everybody begins to hop out. You see some of the members automatically start to make camp. Start, chopping down a little wood here and there for warmth and shelter. Not much need of a fire except for cooking here, as fairly tropical weather.
Right.
So we are on shore now?
Yes.
Alright. So, now that we're finally at the shore of the island we've been trying to get to,
Well, while they're talking, I want to like run my bird like along like the outside, the edges.
Of the island.
Not like all the way around, obviously, but like
How far?
as far as I can go, where I can still like see.
Okay.
Mainly keep an eye on like if there's any tracks along the beach, anything
Okay.
defining something has been recently on both sides though.
Okay. Roll perception.
He's
Wait, 3. Never mind. Yeah,
Okay.
3.
Trees, foliage, beach. And you see there is a coral reef along one side, but nothing that jumps out at you.
that coral reef is a key to it.
That's it. I tried.
Alright. So, now that we're at the shore of the place we've been trying to get to now, let's take into consideration our defensive options for what we're going to do whenever this bastard does eventually get to us.
Okay.
So, do you know exactly... Oh, wait. Hold on. He said there was at least 2 dozen, right? Cora said there was at least 2 dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're looking at least...
But that's before he took the dead bodies of the crew of Chorus's ship. So there's more.
So we're looking at over 24 members of this crew.
Yeah.
Probably all undead aside from my father.
Alright, so we're looking at 23 of them being undead or fiends. What else do we know? Let's think.
Well, I know that anyone he kills, he can resurrect as an undead soldier.
Do you know for a fact if he wants you alive or dead? Does he want you alive for some special purpose, or...
I'm pretty sure that he wants me for the same reason he wants the rest of his crew. Although he might think in some sick way he's saving my soul by turning me undead. That's why he might be obsessed with finding me.
Maybe he wants you undead so he can use you for your abilities.
Let's...
I didn't have any abilities when he first went after me.
Maybe he knows what they are now.
Or maybe the fact is it's his son. It's his flesh and blood. Despite the fact he may not be a good father, in his eyes he may still want a future that he sees best for his son. So, let's think...
Cut off his head and ask him.
Let's go with worst case scenario, and let's say he wants you dead on the spot.
It's a good plan.
Okay, ability wise, I don't know what all he can do magically besides turning people back from the undead, but even before that, he was an okay fighter. He's kind of roguish, if I had to describe him. I don't know. He's a little...
If you were to explain, how he did a lot of damage, he could almost be described as a sneak attack.
Well, no, not. I don't know, kind of. He's pretty good with a rapier.
So even without his magic, he's a formidable force.
Yeah.
Alright. The question is...
You'd be mad at me if I kill your dad.
We're lacking a lot of intel here. We know bits and pieces, but... I wish we should have asked Chorus a little bit more as to how exactly they attacked.
So limited.
We know what undead do. We fought them.
Aye, we have.
I want to cast see invisibility and look out on the horizon.
Okay. Roll perception.
Oh, 2 very bad rolls. Okay. It's a 14.
Clear sky. Loose. The waves are gentle, rolling. Seas are rather calm.
Alright, so one thing I do want us to ask is, do we want to purposefully get this law in, as I motion to the elven crew? If we can avoid it, do we want to prevent these from getting roped into this?
Well,
Can my gem see invisibility?
It can.
I would like to look through my gem of seeing.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Nat 20 with a 6 modifier. I'm
Damn.
peering out.
Okay.
But it's only got 120 feet.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Nothing hidden to the naked
Can I
eye.
look behind us into the brush as well?
Once again, nothing seems hidden to the naked eye. I mean, your view into the island is blocked by the heavy foliage. It's
Hey, Dave.
very overgrown, but you don't see anything invisible that jumps out at you. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Sorry.
You cast fly on me. If I fly up, then I can fly over and around the island and look through my gem.
sure.
It's how big is this
Can you do-
island?
Can you do that on me instead? I have advantage on perception.
It
I can
would
see
take-
invisibility too.
A while to traverse the entire island. It's a pretty good sized island. I mean, it's
I'm
not
plus
gigantic,
I
but
have a +8.
But you're not attuned to the gem.
No, I've got to get the Rod of Alertness, and it can also see invisible things.
it would
I
probably
too have a lot
take
of
about
alarms.
2 days of travel to traverse one side of the island to the other.
Maybe we can't.
Across the 2 days it would take for you to fully cover this island, they
Could already be to us.
Fine.
may attack.
Well, we don't need the full island. We just need our immediate
uh,
surroundings.
Yeah.
That I can
Walks
pull
up, pats both of them on
Wait,
fly,
wait.
and then just one goes one way, one goes the other.
Okay.
Just
Only
don't go
lasts 10 minutes.
too far.
Well, wait. It only lasts.
Go
True.
10,
All right.
5 minutes out, 5
Fine.
minutes back. But it's got a fly speed
Fine.
of 60 feet.
I look for
Yeah.
tracks, or any signs of life here.
Okay. Roll perception.
See, better. That's better. 22.
Oh yeah, this place is teeming with life. From small crabs and insects to small game. You see traces of perhaps predatory animals.
It's sweet.
It's a very
It's the
condensed
thing I've had.
but very lively ecosystem.
All right.
We still have some of those buffalo.
Your turn.
There are crabs here.
There are crabs on every island. I like crab. We should catch some later and eat it.
So what are y'all doing?
I thought she was going the other way. Because you cast it flying, both of you.
No, we didn't.
Yes, he did.
Did it?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have to re-roll for my perception, don't
Yes.
Anybody?
I? That is not nearly as good. It's only a 9.
It's not hard to tell that, yeah, as you were told, this place is teeming with life. You see a deer here,
Looking through my
rabbit
gem,
there. You don't see anything invisible, anything out of the sorts, but this place is
Do I see
pretty
any,
abundant.
Any of those gorillas animals?
No?
Well, that's good.
Alright,
I
so
want to go back
Alright.
before flying.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're not already on the island.
we can make the fair assessment that
Undead aren't stealthy. I'm pretty sure I would have noticed.
this area is secure.
Yeah. So we just need to wait for him to come down.
which is why I was originally going to talk to you all about, is as far as when he does actually arrive. He's gonna be going after you specifically. He's gonna be have a bone, no pun intended, lad, to pick with you. So what I'm thinking is, if we stick to the shore, a decent ways away, not too far, but a decent distance between us and the crew of elves that took us here, we can either force him to divert half of his forces to go deal with the elves, because I'm sure he'll want that ship for the same reason he attacked the other ship, or B, they'll at least all of them will come after us. In worst case scenario, we don't have to worry about getting the elves roped into this and killed.
If we're split up, I'm pretty sure he'll just take all of his forces to one half and then take the rest of them once he's done with to the other half.
So you think that's... that is true.
I think he's more likely to appear if there are less people that he can see. Maybe some of us should just go off into the woods.
Are you suggesting that you use yourself as bait?
Well,
That was kind of the whole premise of this. That's the only way we're gonna draw him out.
I think a lot of the crew should go off into the forest.
That's dangerous.
Not too far. Close enough that they could still see us, but where they would be hidden from a ship that was approaching.
What I was thinking about was all of us, I motioned to us going out, getting his attention so he comes after us. Then his forces, his grunts, would be fighting the crew. The crew who we have armed with holy water, so they are able to defend themselves against his undead forces.
He's a coward, though. I don't think...
You don't think he'd come after you directly?
No, I don't think that he would come after me without his full army behind him. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he'd play...
So he'll go with
like
his
that.
masses, is what you're telling me. He'll go wherever the mass of his forces is.
Yes.
Alright, then that strategy won't work.
So have them do his dirty work.
Alright, so then there is the flush out strategy that we just stay on the ship, wait for him to come to us, and we fight him on the ship.
And we can't have him take the ship out.
Yeah.
Which is why we would have to win the fight last.
He'll probably be able to escape
have
if we're
to
fighting him
win.
on the ship. He's a very good swimmer.
He's gonna take that ship out because he knows that's our only way of getting back.
We've got to draw him out to some
It's not
extent.
our only way of getting back. We kill him and take his ship.
Oh, thinking like a pirate.
The point is, we got to draw him out and we have to fight him.
And I think there should just be a small crew on the beach, wait for him to see us, and come attack. The rest of us
build
will.
a fire.
The rest of us will be in the forest, waiting for him to show up before they emerge.
The question is, though, are these elves willing to be bait
We can
for
be
a
bait.
fight that aren't... Okay, so you're saying we are the ones that...
Yes.
Okay, when you said send the crew, I'm not associating us as part of this crew. When you say crew, I think of the elves altogether.
Mm.
So we go out, we get his attention, and then we come back to the ship and fight his forces on hold.
I'm not saying we're gonna be on the ship. We're gonna be on the
Fight him
shore.
on the
Well,
shore.
okay, that's what I brought up at the very beginning, but... Alright, there's just seems to be some
Here's the thing.
miscommunication.
We're all on the shore, in plain sight on the beach. Most of the crew just inside the woods where he can't see them. Once he starts attacking us, they'll come out of the woods and help us.
Ah, pincer move, ambush him.
Yes.
Alright, that I can agree with. That I think is a good plan, Alberich. Now let's go see if the elves are willing to cooperate with that plan, since they're also the ones taking part in it. So let's go back to the captain.
Alright.
So we go back to the captain of the elves.
Oh, yeah. What's
Alright,
going on?
so now that we've came short, we have a plan as to how exactly we're going to deal with these undead pirates that are coming after us,
Supposedly.
supposedly. Aldrich, you want to explain the plan?
Alright. I think he's more likely to attack if there are smaller forces here that he can see. So we've made a once over around the island. There's nobody here. So we think that most of you should be hidden just beyond the tree line until he comes in, and we'll stay on the beach. If he comes and attacks, then you could rush out and help.
We need
if you want to.
think that he has the advantage.
Boy, I want you to listen real close to what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason nobody comes to this island, and that reason lies beyond that tree line. You think I'm going to take my men into that tree line so they can be slaughtered?
You could wait on the ship.
Much better wait on the ship.
The question
I
is...
think something much worse to you is going to happen.
Well, one thing I'm curious about. If we make the ship, if all your hands go below deck, make the ship look like it's abandoned, right? There's no crew on board. And we are on the shore, he may assume that us, collectively, as I motioned to our group, are the only people that ship belongs to. He thinks that the whole crew of that ship is on land, he goes and attacks us, you all come up from the deck, come up from underneath the ship, get on boats, come to the shore, and help us fight the bastard. We act as the bait, you flank him.
Fine.
That sound
That'll
good?
work.
Alright.
Okay.
No, we're not going into that tree line.
Alright. Alberich has some concerns that as soon as he sees the ship, he's just going to burn it, but he's not going to say it because that's the only way the crew's going to cooperate.
Alright, so what we'll do is, how much time is left today?
I mean, you had basically just woke up and got on
Yeah.
shore, so,
So,
I mean, it's
for the rest
still
of-
really
Yeah,
early.
well,
So for the
to
rest of,
spend a few days here or until he shows up.
well, that's the thing though. What I'm concerned about is, alright. Is there any way that you can have the absolute bare minimum of crew members that you need up topside to man the ship, and then have everyone else kept...
General maintenance, yeah.
Alright, keep the absolute minimum on the top of the ship, have everyone else stay inside the ship for the next couple of days.
I'll tell you, I'm going to warn you, the longer that goes about, the more surly the crew's going to get.
Well, they'll be able to channel all that antsiness out in a nice little sword fight. Hopefully. If they keep the majority of their crew in their ship, have the minimum on board, the minimum on the main deck, through our invisibility detection, hopefully we can catch the ship before it's immediately upon us. We'll use that time to let the crew know that the ship's coming. The small few members of the crew that are left on topside will tell them to go back underneath the ship, have them all stay inside the ship so the ship looks like it's completely abandoned. Your father and his forces come after us. Then we set off some sort of signal to let the elven crew know that they're busy fighting us. The elven crew comes to the shore and flanks the undead forces.
Alright.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Alright, we need to create a signal system so that even with them inside the ship, they know that what's going on.
The signal will be when Dabriel starts fucking casting lightning bolts at undead. Like, when we start fighting undead, I think they'll hear it.
Alright, that sounds fair. The second, we'll instruct them that the second they hear fighting on the shore, to come out from inside the ship, get to the shore as soon as possible, and flank the enemy. Is this plan working? Everyone in accordance
Sounds
with it? Alright, good. Let's put it into action.
So are we just gonna sit on the shore and wait for him to show
Yeah,
up?
let's keep a fire going so we have a smoke cover.
That sounds good too. Make ourselves purposely as visible as possible to any ship that's on the sea. I turn to the captain. Captain, this is the plan. If you're willing to cooperate with us on this, keep the minimum amount of crews that you need to maintain the ship on the top side. Keep the rest of your boys downstairs. We'll be able to hopefully pick up the ship coming our way through magical detection. Once we know what's coming our way, we'll tell you to send everyone that's left into the ship so it looks abandoned. They'll see that no one's on the ship. They'll come after us thinking we're the only people crewing the ship. Once you hear the sounds of combat on the shore, tell your boys to get to the shore, and flank the enemy.
Fair enough.
Alright, let's put this into motion, people.
Alright, let's go to shore.
Start a fire.
You start a fire.
We gotta eat while we're down there. Captain, can I take a fishing pole with me?
Be my guest.
I promise not to break it this time.
I want to
If
try
she
to.
does, I'll fix it.
I want to try divine intervention, but what I'm trying to achieve with this is going to be different. Instead of just trying to talk to him,
Okay, what?
I want to see if Lunic can. I'm trying to think of how I should word for him to help us in this situation.
How about for him to turn the fire purple when he's within 500 feet?
Or just to. Could we ask Lunic to just teleport him right here in front of us? Like, bring him here right
Can
now?
your gods act so directly?
I mean, it is divine intervention.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Come on. This is what I need it now more than ever. Damn it! Come on, Lunic!
So you were spending the day building makeshifts, keeping watch, and such, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
The day goes by uneventfully as you've gotten everything prepared and are on watch. Night comes, night passes, the next day is here. What do you wish to do?
We've got to throw that bastard out somehow.
I'm gonna fish
Alright.
from the coral reef.
Keep a fire going.
We'll
I'm
keep the fire going.
I'm gonna get a sharp stick.
24.
Catch a fish big enough to feed all of you twice over.
Awesome! Dinner for the day.
I just imagine the tiny little person with a giant, like,
Yeah, basically.
whale size just...
I get a good sized sharp
How
stick.
do I do filleting?
I plant it in the sand, and I pierce my father's flag through
Oh,
it,
nice. Good idea.
and just set it in front of the
Good
beach.
idea.
Okay. You're okay. Roll survival.
16.
Do a fairly good job. Based on what you learned.
Chef's a good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try divine intervention again.
All right.
Come on. Fuck this mechanic. Oh my gosh.
I mean, come on,
I've
you
got
know
a
that's
mess kit, so
that's
I'm
almost
just gonna
guaranteed not
prepare
to
the
work.
meal for all of us.
Anything else y'all are wanting to do for the day?
I am curious to know what's behind those bushes.
I'm not. I want this stupid necromancy Captain
I'm
Pirate.
curious.
I'll kill it.
I'm just curious.
Come on, you bastard.
5
Where
feet
are
behind
you?
the tree line. I just want to know what's back there.
As you walk through, see a couple frogs jump off to the side. Roll perception.
I'll come right back unless something eats me. 20.
20. It's thick growth. As you're looking around, you see small animal trails. And then on the ground, you notice something odd. Worked stone. You bend down, kind of dust it off a bit. It seems like the residual of what once was a long, long abandoned road.
Make a mental note of that so we can come back to it.
Okay.
Come back and tell them about it.
Good idea. Sticking that flag. I like
Alright.
that.
So she passes on the information about finding an ancient, almost completely destroyed and buried road.
Alright.
We can look more into that
Good to
once we know our tail is safe and we've dealt with this.
Yes, I know, but I just wanted to tell you what I found.
19 perception
I
on
don't see
the
what's so
water.
scary about what's behind that tree line. Didn't seem too scary to me.
Nothing so far. Although you do start to see some dark clouds on the horizon.
And storm.
Does it look like we're about to be here another night?
Yeah.
Looks so.
We probably need some shelter. Got some tents in
Who's
the
got
bag.
Ormond's tiny hut?
We don't
I
have
thought
it.
about it.
Leomund.
We don't have it.
Whatever.
I mean, it's a spell
Does
that a cleric
the storm
could,
look? Does the storm look like it'll be here overnight?
cleric could have
No,
prepared it.
it's probably a couple days out. It may. You can't really tell. It might skirt past you, or the edge of it might hit you.
Well,
you're not really.
It's
sure.
not gonna be here tonight, so it's not that much of a problem.
Probably wouldn't hurt to prepare one
Yeah.
spell.
Sure. I mean, I can't cast it.
So we can have shelter
Legend
if we
lore
need
on
it.
the island itself.
What is it?
The
Newton's
island
tiny
itself.
Like
What level spell is it?
like just the basically like the history of the island.
No, it's not.
One.
Because it was like
Oh, wait, it might
people
be
lived
two.
here,
It's
right?
a
Like
low.
because the shrine's here, right?
Before it was an island.
Because like
Okay, hold on.
Okay, it's a level 3 spell.
Oh, level 3.
Yeah, that's why I can't cast it.
Okay.
Provide shelter for 8 hours.
Ilath was once a grand city. It was the trade center of the entire world. This is where all the greats came.
Actually, it says Barter Wizard.
Whether it
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It's
had
not
been
Cleric. Sorry.
masonry, stoneworking, leatherworking, mystical arts, or even the largest temples were all crammed into this massive city. This city came to destruction during the time of... Good Lord, Pete, that's loud. Came to destruction and fell lost to history when the world was split during the Divine Crash, or the Divine Clash. Yeah.
Totally
It
missed
was-
some of that.
At its height, it was the pinnacle of civilization.
like is there many like the stories of like what's on the island, what's slowly come to inhabit it outside just those one things we know about?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
take your
not.
time,
That wouldn't really fall under legend lore. It's basically been overgrown.
Oh, on his desk.
You know, it's just become a desolate, overgrown island that's been taken over by
Ooh, easy.
plants and wildlife. That is avoided because of how ferocious the predators on the island are, and how many there are.
Those are still good.
Hey Charlie, you want to help me build like a wooden cover?
Okay.
Mom, what? Is it okay if I try to lay over this one? Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if they're still good if you see the green on it. Do we? Okay.
What would
So
trying to build like a wooden gazebo-like thing to block the rain? What kind of check would that
And
be?
that'd be survival.
Survival.
I'd help you out on it.
What's your
I
modifier?
wonder if there's a spell
Alright, I'll
to
help you with
summon
your
Chris
advantage.
Hansen
Alright.
Chris Hansen.
because of all the predators.
15.
Would you want Arnold Schwarzenegger
Mom.
to take out the predator?
It's
Why not both? We can have the ultimate power.
Not pretty, but functional.
No.
We're just staring out the ocean. Anderson is so obsessed with killing this thing. He's just like, I want to send this bastard back to hell.
Night comes, passes, and the new day is upon you.
Alright.
What do you want us to do?
Please.
Gonna go
Please, Lunik!
Gonna go back to the reef and catch a fish.
Okay.
Try to. And maybe try to get some crabs.
I need a new god.
Okay.
Lunik sucks ass.
21.
You gather quite. You grab one. You gather about 10 crabs, and the fish you get, it's about half the size of the one you caught yesterday.
Alrighty, here's our bountiful meal for the day, guys.
Thank you, Charlie. I'll wait till like halfway through the day and I'll roll perception.
Okay. Roll perception.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. That'll be 26.
26. As you look out, nothing unusual. You do notice that the storm clouds have gotten quite a bit closer. It looks like it's not going to miss you after all. You're not going to be in the heart of the storm, but you're definitely going to get some rain.
Is it like a day out now?
Probably about 8 to 12 hours out.
I use my gem to look out there.
Sure.
16.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything invisible or anything unusual.
Do we think it?
You do see the clouds starting to roll in.
What if it wasn't invisibility, but instead it was teleportation?
Yeah.
Could he theoretically have access to teleport an entire
I have no
ship?
idea.
What if...
Well, no, I'm thinking these questions out loud, Alberich. We need to take this into
What
consideration.
if he has people on his ship that can control the weather, like we have on our ship that can control the weather,
Why would he?
and their ship is being guided by a storm, and that storm is his ship?
I don't. Why would he summon a storm together?
He's a necromancer.
Well,
Crazy.
he could just use a wind spell like everybody else.
Well-
It's dark, like them.
The storm could be used as cover.
Yeah.
They could use it for strategic advantage.
Exactly.
The storm throws off their victim ship's capability of successfully navigating an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what do you want to? What do you want us to do about it? We still just have to stand here and watch like we've been doing.
Has it been 10 days since...
No.
Been 6.
Been 6? Okay.
That storm is like 12 hours out.
I don't think I feel like
Maybe we should try to make a stronger structure. That little shack I helped you build
yeah.
is not going to be...
You won't work on that. I'm going to talk to the captain about adjusting our
Alright.
strategy.
Roll an advantage to improve the shot.
I'm going to go to the captain.
Alright. You walk in and
Not much better.
he's literally just like got cabin fever and is antsy as shit, just
Right.
pacing back and
Only a
forth.
16.
You open the door. What?
Alright, I don't think that this is going to work.
What? Why? What? Are you talking
I feel like... Okay.
We should have just gone and looked for the staff. We could have been on our way back already.
about? How do we know it's gonna
Sorry,
be
I
that
didn't mean to
fast?
snap at you. I'm
No,
just
no. You're good.
Dealing with a lot.
I feel like if they would have been approaching through invisibility, which is what we've been speculating, we would have caught them by now. Keeping your men cooped up, I feel like is too much on y'all for a plan that I don't even know if it's working.
Considering in a few days I might be looking at mutiny, yeah.
Alright. Yeah.
Wait, if you thought that he was coming by storm and the storm was 12 hours away, why are you doing this now? Like-
Because I don't think the waiting on... Okay. Just listen to me. Alright. We got a storm coming up.
Yeah?
I'm sure you've spotted it. Tell me, what exactly does your crew usually do on whenever you are stationed at shores, but the weather gets too severe? You'll normally...
It depends on how severe it gets.
Do we know, from looking at that storm, would we have known if it would just been light rain or if it's looking like it's going to be a thunderstorm?
I mean, it looks like from what you were able to tell that Alberich was able to garner and what the ship's own people have said, the mass part of the storm is going to skirt past you. You're going to get the very outskirts of it. So it's going to be some rain, maybe a little lightning and thunder,
Right.
but mostly just rain.
Alright, we're looking at mild rain at most.
Yeah.
We might still... We'll have to... keeping your entire crew cooped up is not necessary. However, we still... While they don't exactly have to be cooped up in the ship, I would suggest that they don't venture too far off from said ship.
Well, trust me, we aren't planning to. Like I told you, we are not going further than the beach.
Right.
It's just
Okay.
some rabbits, man.
How fast do you think... Let's say we set off an emergency signal. How fast do you think it would take for the men to get from the beach to the ship and then underneath the ship? Inside the ship. They hold ass.
Let's see. Oh wait. 10 minutes tops.
Alright, this is what we'll do. We'll get rid of the idea that they have to stay inside the ship all day long. If you said they're not going past the shore, there's no point for them to be cooped up. So don't worry about that anymore, but keep your men on watch, or at least let your men know that if we set off an emergency signal, that means the people that we think are hunting us are about to pull up, and we need them to go back to the original plan where they quickly hide inside the ship.
Alright.
Maybe that will alleviate the stress of your crew and relieve some of the tension that your men are facing.
Hell, it would alleviate some of my stress.
Alright.
Hey, thanks for talking with the party about this before you set off and change the plan. I appreciate it.
Alright. I'll be back. Hopefully, I'll be back here soon. I return back to the shore. Alright.
We return back
So-
to the shore.
Talk to the captain, and I've made some slight adjustments to this plan. He's looking at a possible mutiny if his men stay cooped up any longer. So, I think it's best if we let his men be able to leave the ship, since they're not going to go any farther than the shore. They're not going to go past the beach. They're going to stay at least on the beach. He said if we set off an emergency signal, alright, it'd take them 10 minutes tops to get into the ship and hide. If we pick them up through invisibility, we should be able to pick them up before they get to that close.
You realize if we can see him coming, he can see us, and he will see them. So it's no point for them to kind of go back to their ship and hide.
Alright, then why don't we do this? Ditch the hiding plan, and they just have them defensively on the ready to fight. Because here's the thing, they stay cooped up, Alberich. That captain's facing a mutiny.
12 hours.
No.
Come on. What kind of pansy ass crew mutinies after 2.5 days? Come on.
And if it does happen,
Okay. They can stay on the beach, I guess, but it's rendering the whole point of them hiding useless because we see him coming, he sees us, and he will see them. So they'll just stay on the beach, I guess.
do we have any other ideas? Anyone else got anything? I'm not hearing anyone else come up with any ideas here.
Well, not necessarily ideas, but worst case scenarios. Things he could be doing. He could be waiting for us to just slowly start dwindle down, have
Alright.
their crew turn against us,
I
wait
want-
till we're
I want to...
low on food. Then he could ambush us when we're at our worst.
If you think it's coming by storm, the storm's 12 hours away. I'm going to take a nap now and wake up a few hours before the storm gets
What
here.
time of day is it?
It's getting on early afternoon.
I'm
Uh,
gonna
early
take...
afternoon
say-
tomorrow.
I'm gonna take an early nap now.
Storm or morning.
The storm will be there a little bit after nightfall, it looks like.
I said we wait out the storm and then go about our business about the staff.
I feel like we should have been going after the staff.
That leaves the ship undefended, though.
They have a whole
The
crew.
crew's either going to turn against us who aren't their crew, or the ship's going to get taken. We're running out of options. We can't just sit here and wait on the beach, run out of supplies, have this crew turn against us.
We can't, but we also
Let's just-
can't leave that ship just to get slaughtered by
Let's just wait
the captain.
Just wait one more day, okay? I'm gonna take a mid-morning
That's what I'm saying. I said
Nah.
we wait after the storm.
And I'm gonna
go about
wake
our
up.
business.
Around nightfall.
Because he's probably
Okay.
waiting for us to go.
While Alberich is napping, or anything specific y'all are doing?
I just don't feel like
Nothing specific.
there's anything specific that we can do. We don't know if he's coming in the storm.
You-
We could just wait out this storm and.
As
Wait,
you all-
she rolled a 16 earlier to improve the gazebo thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's
we
a
could
bit more
we
structurally
could try
sound.
to do that again.
Nah, we did it.
Several of the crew members disembark and begin setting up lean-tos of their own. Night falls. You wake up, Alberich. As you wake up, you hear the pitter-patter of rain beginning as you all are getting ready to settle in. It's a light rain.
How far? I'll get. Yeah, this is the storm. Then.